10 mind-blowing facts about Mars you didn't know. Hello guy, welcome back to my channel. Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun. A cold, dry, and seemingly lifeless world. But what if I told you that this dusty red planet holds secrets that could change everything we know about the universe? From towering volcanoes to raging dust storms and even the possibility of life, Mars is far more fascinating than you think. Buckle up, space travelers, because today, we're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts about Mars that will completely change how you see the red planet. 1. Mars has the tallest volcano in the solar system. If you think Mount Everest is tall, wait until you meet Olympus Mons, the king of volcanoes. This gigantic Martian volcano is a staggering 13.6 miles, 22 kilometers, high. That's nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. But that's not all. Olympus Mons spans over 370 miles, 600 kilometers, wide, which is about the same size as the entire state of Arizona. Imagine standing at its base. The slope would be so gentle that you wouldn't even realize you were climbing a volcano. Why is Olympus Mons so massive? Unlike Earth, Mars doesn't have active plate tectonics, which means that magma from the planet's interior kept rising to the surface at the same spot for millions of years, allowing Olympus Mons to grow bigger and bigger. 2. Mars once had water. Lots of it. We often think of Mars as a dry, desolate wasteland, but scientists believe that billions of years ago, Mars had vast oceans, rivers, and even rain. Satellite images reveal ancient riverbeds, deltas, and lake basins, suggesting that Mars may have once looked a lot like Earth. But if Mars had so much water, where did it all go? The planet's atmosphere became too thin to hold onto liquid water, so most of it either froze beneath the surface or escaped into space. However, NASA's Perseverance rover is currently searching for clues that could tell us whether microbial life once thrived in these ancient waters. 3. Mars has the biggest canyon in the solar system. Think the Grand Canyon is impressive? Well, Mars is home to a canyon system that makes it look tiny in comparison. Meet Valles Marineris, the largest canyon in the entire solar system. This gigantic scar on Mars's surface is over 2,500 miles, 4,000 kilometers, long. That's about the distance from New York to Los Angeles. And at some points, it plunges 7 miles, 11 kilometers, deep enough to swallow Mount Everest. How did this colossal canyon form? Scientists believe it was created by tectonic forces and massive erosion over millions of years, possibly from ancient water flow. If Mars had water running through it before, could this canyon have once been a Martian version of the Amazon River? 4. Mars has the largest dust storms in the solar system. Imagine a dust storm so massive it covers an entire planet. On Mars, that's not science fiction. That's reality. These storms can last for months, reach speeds of 60 miles per hour, 97 kilometers per hour, and completely block out the sun. The dust kicked up from these storms is so fine that it can stay suspended in the atmosphere for weeks, changing the Martian landscape. In 2018, a dust storm on Mars became so intense that it knocked out NASA's Opportunity rover, ending its 15-year mission. That's how powerful these storms can be. 5. A day on Mars is almost the same as Earth's. Have you ever wished for a slightly longer day? Well, on Mars, you'd get exactly that. A full day on Mars, called a sol, lasts 24 hours and 37 minutes. That's just 40 minutes longer than a day on Earth. At first, this might not seem like a big deal, but for astronauts living on Mars in the future, these extra 40 minutes could gradually throw off their circadian rhythms, the body's internal clock that regulates sleep, hunger, and alertness. Scientists at NASA are already researching ways to help future Mars explorers adjust to this slightly longer day without suffering from space jet lag. But here's where things get really weird. While a day on Mars is similar to Earth's, a Martian year is much longer. Because Mars is farther from the Sun, it takes 687 Earth days to complete one orbit. That means if you were born on Mars, You'd have to wait nearly 2 Earth years before celebrating your first birthday. 6. Mars has seasons like Earth. If you love the changing seasons on Earth, you might be surprised to learn that Mars has spring, summer, fall, and winter too. But don't start packing your winter coats and summer shorts just yet. Martian seasons are nothing like what we experience on Earth. Mars's tilted axis, just like Earth's, is what causes its seasons. However, because Mars is much farther from the Sun, its seasons are more extreme and last twice as long. One of the coolest things about Martian winters is that the planet's poles get covered in a layer of frozen carbon dioxide, dry ice. This causes atmospheric pressure changes, triggering huge seasonal winds that can lead to massive dust storms. 7. Mars has 2 tiny moons, Phobos and Deimos. Mars may not have a big, bright moon like Earth, but it does have 2 small and mysterious moons, Phobos and Deimos. Unlike Earth's round moon, these 2 look more like asteroids than moons, and that's because they probably are. Scientists believe that billions of years ago, Phobos and Deimos were asteroids from the asteroid belt that got pulled into Mars's orbit by its gravity. Instead of being perfectly round, these moons are irregularly shaped, covered in craters, and full of deep grooves, almost like giant space potatoes. Phobos is also doomed because it's slowly spiraling toward Mars. Scientists predict that in 50 million years, it could either crash into the planet or break apart, forming a ring around Mars, just like Saturn. 8. Mars's gravity is only 38% of Earth's. Ever wanted to feel like a superhero? On Mars, you would. The gravity on Mars is only 38% of Earth's, meaning that you'd weigh less than half of what you do now. Let's break that down. If you weigh 150 pounds, 68 kilograms, on Earth, you'd weigh just 57 pounds, 26 kilograms, on Mars. This also means you could jump 3 times higher than you can on Earth. Imagine dunking a basketball on a 30-foot hoop with ease. Lower gravity would have some cool perks, but it could also cause some serious problems. Astronauts in low-gravity environments experience muscle loss, bone weakening, and even changes in their heart function. Future Mars colonists would have to do daily strength training just to stay healthy. 9. Mars has methane, a sign of life? Could there be life on Mars? We don't know yet, but there's one clue that has scientists very excited: methane gas. In 2003, NASA's orbiters detected trace amounts of methane in Mars's atmosphere. On Earth, methane is mostly produced by living organisms, like bacteria, cows, and decaying plants. So where is this methane on Mars coming from? There are 2 possibilities. Either microbial life beneath the surface is producing methane, or it's coming from geological activity deep within Mars. The problem? Methane on Mars seems to appear and disappear mysteriously, and scientists haven't figured out why yet. Future Mars missions, like the ExoMars rover, are set to investigate these methane sources to determine whether they could be signs of life, or just a natural planetary process. 10. Humans might be on Mars soon. For centuries, humans have dreamed of setting foot on Mars. Now, that dream is closer than ever. NASA, SpaceX, and other space agencies are planning manned missions to Mars, with hopes of establishing a permanent colony on the red planet. To survive, future Martian settlers would need self-sustaining habitats, advanced life support systems, and ways to grow food in an environment where nothing naturally grows. Scientists are even testing the possibility of creating oxygen from Mars's carbon dioxide-rich air using special chemical processes. Elon Musk's company, SpaceX, is working on its Starship rocket to send humans to Mars as early as the 2030s. If successful, we might see the first human footprints on Mars within our lifetime. Mars is full of mysteries, and we've only scratched the surface. Which fact blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love space exploration, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode from Brainwave. Thanks for watching, Space Explorers. See you in the next video.